Good morning friends. Today I will discuss about the design of rivet connection. Let us look at the steps first. The first step is to find out the shear strength of rivet, which is denoted as PS. But before finding out the shear strength of the rivet, let us go through some basic thing. Nominal diameter of a rivet, that is denoted as phi, it can be found out from the equation phi is equal to 6 under root of T. This is known as Unwin's formula. Here T is the thickness of the thinner plate. And remember, the value you should put in millimeter. So from the suppose two plates has to be connected by a rivet joint. So out of the two plates, whichever is the thinner plate, so that plate's thickness you have to put it in millimeter, and then you will get the nominal diameter of the rivet. Next is gross diameter. Gross diameter is denoted as small d. So d is equal to phi plus 1.5. This is valid if the nominal diameter, that is phi, is less than equal to 25 millimeter. But if nominal diameter phi is greater than 25, then gross diameter can be found out by d equal to phi plus 2. So this is the basic definition of the nominal diameter and the gross diameter. Now let us see how to find out the shear strength of the rivet. Now shear strength PS is equal to pi by 4 d square into tau VF. This is for single rivet lap joint. PS equal to 2 into pi by 4 d square into tau VF. This is for double cover butt joint. PS equal to 4 into pi by 4 d square into tau VF. This is for double rivet, double cover butt joint. What is tau VF over here? Tau VF is equal to allowable stress in shear. The value is given in MPa. What is D? D is the gross diameter. Step number 2. Step number 2, we have to find out the bearing strength of the rivet, which is denoted as PB. So PB is equal to N D T into sigma B. Let us look at the meaning of this notation. N is the number of rivet. D already we know, that is the gross diameter. T is what? Thickness of the thinner plate. Sigma B is what? Sigma B is the allowable bearing stress. That is also in MPa, Newton per mm square. Step number 3. Rivet value RV is defined as that we have to take the least of the PS and PB, that means bearing strength of the rivet and the shear strength of rivet. Out of these two, whichever is the less, you have to take that value as the rivet value. Step number 3 is done. Now step number 4, this is optional. Sometimes they ask that find the number of rivets required for a certain load acting at the joint. So number of rivets required, how you can find out? That is the total load acting at the joint divided by the rivet value. So this is the step number 4. Next is step number 5. Now see, till now we have seen the shearing strength, bearing strength of the rivet, but we have not discussed about the strength of the plate. So we have to also consider, that is the tearing strength of plate. It is denoted as PT. Now tearing strength of a plate can be divided into two parts. Number 1 after riveting and number 2 is before riveting. That means when the plate is intact, we have not started riveting, that is the before riveting. And after riveting, after we have done riveting, what will be the strength of the plate which we are riveting? So that we have to see. So first is PT is equal to within bracket P minus D into T into sigma AT. This is the value of tearing strength after riveting. And before riveting, what is the value of tearing strength? PT dash equal to P into T into sigma AT. What is sigma AT? Sigma AT is the allowable stress in axial tension. It is also in MPa. What is small p? Small p is the pitch of the rivet. Correct? D, small d already we know, gross diameter. T is what? Thickness of the thinner plate. So this is the step number 5. You see over here how we will remember the formula over here, PT and PT dash. It is very simple. See, before riveting the value is P into T into sigma AT. So after riveting, what will be done? That is from the pitch value, if you subtract the value of the gross diameter of one rivet, you will get the same thing, na? That is the tearing strength of the plate after riveting. So this PT and PT dash, both the formula, they are almost same, just with this small difference. So you can remember this formula like this way. Let us see step number 6, how we can find the strength of the joint. Strength of the joint Pj is the least value of the rivet value and the tearing strength of the plate after riveting. So RV and PT, whatever is the less value, that will be the strength of the joint Pj. And the last step is that after we do riveting, our objective is what? Whatever we are connecting the two plates or whatever it is, so we have to find that how efficient it is. So the efficiency of the rivet joint, it is denoted as eta. So eta is equal to Pj divided by Pt dash multiplied by 100 into percentage. What is Pt dash? Pt dash is the tearing strength of the plate before riveting. What is Pj? Pj is the strength of the joint. So like this way we can find the efficiency of the joint. Now what I will do, I will take 3 numericals and explain this concept once again. Let us see the first question. Find the efficiency of a single riveted lap joint for 10 mm thick plate with 20 mm diameter rivet at a pitch of 80 mm. Assume allowable stress in shear 100 MPa, allowable stress in bearing 300 MPa, allowable stress in tearing 150 MPa. I request all of you to please note down the question and then proceed further to see the solution. Let us start. So this is, I have named this problem as the case 1, that is the single rivet lap joint. So phi is equal to 20. What is phi? That is nominal diameter. So in the question, whatever is given that the plates are riveted with 20 mm diameter rivet, so that is the nominal diameter. They will not use the word nominal diameter, but if it is not mentioned, it is assumed as the nominal diameter. So in the question, the value of the rivet, the diameter of the rivet is given as 20 mm. So 20 mm is the nominal diameter. Okay. So now phi is equal to 20. So as phi is less than 25, so what will be the gross diameter? Gross diameter D will be 20 plus 1.5, that is 21.5. So shear strength of the rivet PS is equal to pi by 4 d square into tau VF. So pi by 4 into d square is what? D is what? 21.5 whole square. What is tau VF? Tau VF is the allowable shear stress, that is given as 100 MPa. So we have put the value of tau VF. So if we calculate, it comes out to be 36 into 10 cube Newton. Now remember, 10 cube Newton means 1 kilonewton. So this comes out to be 36 kilonewton. Step number 2. Bearing strength of the rivet is PB equal to N into D into T into sigma B. What is N? N is the number of rivet. It is given in the question single rivet. So single rivet means what? N will be 1. So 1 into D is 21.5. T is the thickness of the thinner plate. Here both the plates are of 10 mm size. So it will be 10. What is sigma B? Sigma B is the allowable stress in bearing, that is given as 300 MPa. So put the value as 300. So this comes out to be 64.5 into 10 cube Newton. Similarly, it will be 64.5 kilonewton. So now let us come to the step number 3. Step number 3 is the rivet value. Rivet value RV, what is the formula? That from these two values, shear strength and the bearing strength, whatever is the least value, that is the value of the rivet value. So RV is the least of PS and PB. What is the least one? 36 and 64.5. So 36 is the lesser one. So rivet value is 36 kilonewton. Let us see step number 4. Tearing strength of plate. So after riveting, what is the formula? PT equal to P minus D into T into sigma AT. What is P? P's value is given as 80 millimeter, D is 21.5, T is 10 and sigma AT is what? Allowable stress in tearing, that is 150 MPa. So we have put the value of 150. So this comes out to be 87.75 into 10 cube Newton and this gives 87.75 kilonewton. I request all of you, please pause in between and do all the calculations in your in your calculator and check that whether you are getting all this value. So by this way you will be having practice on your own. So in the fourth step, the second part, that is the tearing strength of the plate before riveting, what is the formula? PT dash equal to PT into sigma AT. So what is the value of P? 80, then T is 10 and sigma AT is 150. So from here it comes out to be 120 kilonewton. So strength of the joint, that is the fifth step, PJ is the least value of RV and PT. What is RV? RV was 36. What is PT? PT is 87.75 kilonewton. So what is the least one? 36 kilonewton. So strength of the joint is 36 kilonewton. Now the last step is the efficiency of the joint, that is PJ by PT dash into 100. So what is PJ? PJ is 36 kilonewton. What is PT dash? That is 120 kilonewton. Remember over here, whenever you are putting the value of PJ and PT dash, so please keep in mind about their unit. Here I am putting the value of PJ as 36. 36 means what? 36 kilonewton. So while putting the value of PT dash, we should also put the value of PT dash in kilonewton. Okay, so 36 by 120 into 100, that gives us 30%. So the efficiency of the single rivet lap joint for this problem is 30%. Let us see another problem. Design a rivet joint and its efficiency for a double cover butt joint for 16 mm thick plates with 22 mm diameter rivet. Allowable stress in shear 100 MPa, allowable stress in bearing 300 MPa, allowable stress in tearing 156 MPa. Please note down the problem and then proceed further. Let us start. So this I have named it as case number 2 for the rivet joint, that is the double cover butt joint. So here the nominal diameter is given as 22, so phi is 22. So the gross diameter D will be 22 plus 1.5, 23.5 millimeter. So the shear strength of the rivet will be PS equal to 2 into pi by 4 D square into tau VF. Why 2? Because it is double cover. Okay, so this comes out to be 86.75 into 10 cube Newton, that is 86.75 kilonewton. Second step, bearing strength of the rivet. What it will be? PB is equal to N into D into T into sigma B. So what is the value of N? N is 1. Here it is double cover, but it is not double rivet. So what the value of N should be 1 only, because N is what? Number of rivet. Correct? So N will be 1. Then D is 23.5, T is 16 and sigma B is given as 300. So this comes out to be 112.8 in kilonewton. So the third step is the rivet value. Rivet value is, as I have told you earlier, the least of PS and PV. Means shear strength and bearing strength, whatever the value is less, that value will be the rivet value. So the rivet value is 86.75 kilonewton. Please mind the unit every step. Let us come to the step number 4, tearing strength of the plate after riveting, that is PT is equal to P minus D into T into sigma AT. Now take a pause over here and see. In the last problem, the pitch value was given as 80 millimeter. but here in this problem it is not mentioned, the pitch value. So we have to find the value of the pitch. Now remember that the tearing strength of the plate after riveting, it should not exceed the value of the rivet value, because then the joint will fail. So there is no purpose of designing the joint, correct? So the tearing strength of the plate after riveting should not exceed the rivet value. So what we should do it over here, we should equate the value of the PT with the rivet value. So the expression of the PT, we are writing it at the left hand side, and the right hand side we are writing the value of the rivet value. But please remember, here we will write the value in Newton, because here the left hand side everything is in Newton and millimeter. So the right hand side also we will write in Newton millimeter, correct? Newton per millimeters square. So from, if we solve the equation, please solve it on your own and see whether you are getting the value of P as 58.26 millimeter. So by this way we have to find out the value of pitch if it is not given in the question. So now always we should approximate, because in the value, as you in the structures, steel structures, you have seen always we take the value in the multiple of 5, either 5 or 0. So let us approximate the value of the pitch as 55 millimeter. You may take 60 millimeter also, 50, 55, 60, whatever it is. This is our approximation. So it is 58.26. We are approximating it as 55 millimeter. So now let us find it out. PT dash. PT dash is what? PT into sigma AT. So put the value of P as 55. So like this way, PT dash is 137.28 into 10 cube Newton. Strength of the joint PJ is the least value of RV and PT. Now PT, we have initially in the step number 4, we have found out the value of P, and from there we have got some value and then we have approximated. Now again you repeat the step. PT is what? P minus D into T into sigma AT, whatever you have written at the top of this paper. So now what is the value of P? P is 55. Now you have assumed, correct? Now, so our approximation is P is what? 55. So now put that value. So from here we are getting the value of PT as 78.62 into 10 cube Newton. So what will be the strength of the joint? Strength of the joint will be the least value of RV and PT. So that is 78.62 into 10 cube Newton. Because our RV was coming as 86.75 into 10 cube Newton. Correct? So the last step, the efficiency. Efficiency of the double cover butt joint is equal to PJ by PT dash into 100. PJ is what? 78.62 kilonewton. PT dash is equal to 137.28 kilonewton into 100. That gives us that efficiency is 57.27%. So we have completed 2 numericals. Let us see the third numerical. Please note it down. Find the efficiency of a double rivet, double cover butt joint which is used to connect 12 mm thick plates with 22 mm diameter rivet. Allowable stress in shear 100 MPa, allowable stress in bearing 300 MPa, allowable stress in tearing 156 MPa. Let us see how we solve it. So this I have named it as case number 3, that is double rivet, double cover butt joint. So phi is 22. So D will be what? 23.5. Shear strength of the rivet will be, here you see that it is double rivet, double cover. So it will be 2 multiplied by 2 into pi by 4 into D square into tau VF. Correct? This gives out to be 173.5 kilonewton. Step number 2, bearing strength. PB is equal to 2, because this is double cover. So 2 multiplied by 23.5, that is D. Then T is 12 and then sigma B is 300. This gives out to be 169.2 kilonewton. Step number 3, rivet value. Rivet value is what? The list of shearing strength and the bearing strength. So this gives out to be 169.2 kilonewton because the other value is what? 173.5, correct? So out of these two, whatever is the less value, that value we write over here. Let us go to the fourth step, tearing strength of the plate after riveting. Just like the previous problem we have done. What is that? P minus D into T into sigma AT. And that we should equate with the rivet value because this value, that means the tearing strength of the plate after riveting should not exceed the rivet value. So from here we have to find out the pitch. So pitch is 113.88 millimeter. Let us approximate it as 100 millimeter. Here you may assume it as 110 also, 115 also. So this is up to your approximation, whatever you feel like you can assume. Next, tearing strength of the plate before riveting. PT dash is equal to, as you have seen in the last problem, 100 into 12 into 156. So that gives out to be 187.2 kilonewton. Correct? After riveting what? Again now you have got the value of P as 100 because you have assumed, you have approximated that value. So put that value of P in that equation, PT equation, and find out the value of PT as 143.2 kilonewton. Step number 5 is the strength of the joint. What is the strength of the joint? PJ. That is what? That is the least value of PT and RV. So that value comes out to be 143.2 kilonewton. So how we will find the efficiency? Efficiency is equal to PJ by PT dash into 100. That comes out to be 76.5% for this double rivet, double cover butt joint. I hope all of you have understood the topic. If you have any doubt, any query, please put it in the comment box. You can mail me also. And please see my other videos on the steel structure or theory of structure 5 for Mumbai University. Thanks for watching.